All right, gentlemen, so the key to any battle is to understand the enemy. And first up, we've got dad jeans. Guaranteed to add 10 to 20 years to your look. You want to avoid these like the plague. Now, according to the Macmillan Dictionary, dad jeans are defined as a light-colored, washed, loose-fitting jeans which are worn by men. The Urban Dictionary, though, explains in detail why they're dangerous and how they repel women. The definition gives us a few more visual cues, the high waist, the tapered leg, but more importantly, it talks about the signal that these jeans send. That message, that signal, that apparently either you are in denial and you don't even know that you are no longer hip, or even worse, you don't care. In fact, you've given up on life and you're just trying to get by. Now, gents, before I get too deep into this, I want to say that you can wear whatever you want. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. In fact, just the other day, I had a guy reach out, say he's 47, he wears Yeezys and sweatpants and still looks great. Why? Because he's young at heart and he takes care of his body. That being said, there are items like the next one on this list, the fanny pack, that it seems like any guy trying to pull this off is just going to overall age his look. It doesn't look good. I mean, yes, there are some guys over in Europe with really fancy ones that they can pull it off, but I think for the vast majority of men, you try wearing a fanny pack, yeah, this is a look that ages you. Especially when you're wearing one that looks like this, it makes it look like you're stuck back in 1994 and that you've given up on life. Next up, we've got your worn out clothing from your alma mater, from your university, from your high school. Guys, I get it. You had your glory days 20 years ago, 30 years ago. That doesn't mean you need to keep reminding everybody that you went to that university with that sweatshirt, especially when it's fallen apart. And this also applies to those graphic t-shirts that you picked up 15, 20 years ago. Yeah, you had just graduated college, had some money, you bought some nice clothing. I get it, but it's been 15 years. Guys, you want to look to upgrade your wardrobe. Now, gents, if you're looking to upgrade your wardrobe, specifically your shirts, you're in luck. Today's sponsor, Collars & Co., makes that easy with their dress collar polo. Yes, right here you get an amazing collar that doesn't fall apart. You've seen this before. You buy a nice polo shirt and after one wash that collar falls apart. This shirt right here, I've already washed it 5 times. Look at the way that this collar sits up, holds its strength, frames my face. This is a great looking, mature collar. Any age, you can pull this off and it's going to make you look amazing. As you can tell, I changed the color of the shirt, went with a nice, beautiful lavender. And when you go over to Collars & Co., their website, you'll see they've got a wide variety of colors and patterns. But most importantly, the thing I love is all the different collar styles you've got over there. So this collar style right here, notice I got the button. They've got the button down, but they've also got their English spread collar and their cutaway collar. And all of these shirts are made to be layered. Yes, you can wear them as a regular polo, but as things start to cool down, throw a sweater on top of these. Throw a sports jacket. And for your first shirt, gents, don't overthink it. Me personally, I love the white. Why? It's going to go with anything. Seriously, gents, any color sports jacket, any color sweater, and because it's a polo, it's going to run cooler. Overall, that 4-way stretch fabric with that beautiful drape, it's going to wick away moisture. Guys, I wear these when I'm traveling. Why? Because they don't have wrinkles. Look right here. Okay, you notice I'm with this other handsome guy and that beautiful girl. That is my daughter, Marina. The baptism, that was the Godfather. Guys, as you can see right here, I'm wearing a Collars & Co. shirt. I am wearing one of their shirts because they look good. I knew in pictures I wouldn't have to worry about that collar flopping, falling all over the place. This is the shirts that I go and I grab when I want to look good, when I want to layer, when I want a versatile piece of clothing that I know I'm going to look good in those pictures with. So gentlemen, to make sure you get the best deal on the web, use that link in the description of today's video and use the code down there. This is the best deal you're going to find out there. It's a limited time offer over at Collars & Co. Great company. Love what these guys are doing. I wear their shirts. I love all the colors, the patterns, the different collar styles. It's an easy way to upgrade your look. Guys, go check them out. Awesome company. Proud to support them. Now, gentlemen, we talked earlier about knowing the enemy. Well, guess what? Over here on the right, you need to avoid these like the plague. These are square-toed shoes. And they not only make you look old, they make you look bad. They really bring down your style. Now, gents, I do read the comments, and I know some of you guys stick with square-toed shoes because they, Antonio, hey, they got a wider toe box. I have wide feet, and those other styles, well, they hurt my toes. Well, if that's truly the case, I get it. Do what you got to do. But I would recommend you look at some of the other styles because I did buy those square-toed shoes. I know, incredibly painful. And I compared the size of the toe box to all the styles I have in my collection, and the vast majority of the time, the size of the toe box on these other styles was the same, if not larger, than the square-toed shoes. But what what I'm noticing is that they're also a little bit longer here. The only area I think if you've got longer little toes, then yes, they could possibly get scrunched in here, but maybe look for a longer style or for a wider shoe. And there are tons of brands out there that actually make wider styles, in a style that actually isn't square. Now, gents, if you're enjoying today's video or you just want to be more handsome, do me a favor and smash the like button. By doing this, guys, seriously, there's statistical evidence that you become 1% more handsome every time you smash the like button. That applies to all my videos. So seriously, guys, I appreciate it when you guys engage with these videos. It lets the YouTube algorithm know that, hey, this video is worth watching. Now, we talked about dad jeans, but what about dad sweaters? Yes, there are certain sweaters, especially ones that are too large, don't fit properly, or have very large patterns on them. Yeah, I just find that they can age a man, especially, in colors that don't complement the Cosby sweater. Stay away from this. I know it's trending back and coming back, but yeah, not a good look in my opinion. Now, there are certain styles. The cardigans. These in general, and this is the button style in the front, they have a storied history, but they can age a man. I do think though, if you go with a solid color, if you keep it really simple, if the fit is on point, you can pull it off. Now, this next one's a bit controversial because initially the t-shirt was meant to be tucked in. It was an undershirt, but when it became outerwear, it seems that it is to be worn untucked. That being said, you want to make sure it fits you properly. But let me know in the comments, do you think a t-shirt should be tucked in or untucked? I think that t-shirts in general should be untucked unless worn as undershirts. But again, if you disagree or agree, let me know in the comments below. Now, the next thing on this list isn't an actual item, but it is a habit, and that is your grooming habits. Guys, as you get older, here's the thing. You start to lose hair on top of your head, and it starts coming out your ears, coming out your nose, growing in other places you didn't expect. So you want to take care of that, especially the nose hair. Yeah, the eyebrow hair. Here's the thing, is you get like 3 or 4 that just start doing their own thing. They're all over the place. You either cut those and your barber can do it, or you can just get a pair of trimmers. You can use a pair of scissors. The same thing with the nose in your hair. Get a nose hair clipper. They're relatively inexpensive. You can get one that don't require batteries, or you can get one that does require batteries. In either case, take care of this. Make it part of your weekly grooming routine to trim the nose hairs, especially for short people. She's looking up at you and all of a sudden she sees a force coming out of that nose. And on the subject of grooming and hair, let's talk about the hair on your head. So first up, as you get older, your 30s, 40s, 50s, your hair actually starts to thin up. So you want to make sure you're using products which aren't weighing it down, made specifically for thinning hair. That's either the hair product and even your shampoo. Again, you don't want something that, again, is going to weigh it down with that heavy conditioner. Next up, let's talk about as your hair starts to color. You lose the color. You start to get a little bit of gray. Not a bad thing. A lot of guys absolutely love it, and a lot of women are drawn to men with graying hair. That whole, pepper and salt kind of thing. A lot of ladies love it. But if that's not your thing and you want to dye your hair, first time, I would advise going to a professional. Be very careful with using artificial dyes. The women, they can spot this because a lot of them dye their hair and they've seen a bad dye job. You want to make sure that you are not doing a bad dye job if you're going to be going down this route. Again, after you've gone to a professional a few times, you see what a good dye job is. You could take this over if you so choose, but I do advise if you're going to go down this route, understand what you're doing. And yeah, you don't want purple hair or something like that. All right, gentlemen, so what video to watch next? How to dress as a man. Seriously, if you're a man and you haven't watched this video, you need to watch it. Otherwise, you're going to be walking around naked, and I don't want you to get arrested. Seriously, guys, it's a good video. Go check it out. Boom, right here. Click it. Magically, you will be transported to the next video. It's amazing how that happens. All right, guys, see you in the next vid.